Hello, grade 5, and welcome to session 3 of our lesson, which is addition and subtraction of fractions. Our objective today is to add or subtract a fraction and a whole number. Let's start addition or subtraction of a fraction and a whole number. Example, can you find the answer of 3 plus quarter, 3 plus 1/4? No, we can't. Why? Because I don't know how to add a number and a fraction. And we said before, to add a fraction and another fraction, I have to make sure that they have same denominators. So let's see the steps of addition or subtraction of a fraction and a whole number. So to add or subtract a fraction and a whole number, we have two. One, we must replace the whole number by an equivalent fraction. Stop here. Look here again. As usual, I add two fractions, so I have to replace this number by an equivalent fraction. This equivalent fraction must have the same denominator as the second fraction. Okay, so I replace the whole number by an equivalent fraction having the same denominator as the given fraction. Now, step 2, we can continue. Continue by adding or subtracting the two fractions because now they have same denominators. Let's check up the steps. Examples 3 plus quarter. The same example. We said that I have to replace this number by a fraction. Okay? Let's take again. If you have 6 divided by 2, we divide the numerator by 2. We are going to simplify this fraction. And we divide the denominator by 2. The answer is 3 over 1. In real life, if I told you to divide 6 by 2, what is the half of 6? You are going to tell me that the half of 6 is 3. So I want you to know that if I have a number, I can write it as a fraction and put under it over 1. It has the same value. Okay, any number you have like 5, you can write it as a fraction by writing 5 over 1. Over fraction indicates division. If you divide 5 over 1, it will give you the same answer, which is 5. Okay, if you have 10 and you want to write it as a fraction, you can write it as 10 over 1. So this is the first step. You have to know that how to convert a number or a whole number to a fraction. You just write it over 1. Let's check. So now let's write this one over 1. Now I have to make same denominators. How to make same denominators? Look at the second fraction. It has 4 as a denominator. How to make one to be 4? I multiply the numerator and the denominator by the fraction, by the denominator of the second fraction. So to make same denominator, I multiply the numerator and the denominator by 4. So I'm going to replace 3 by, if I multiply the numerator by 4 and the denominator by 4, it will become 12 over 4. So I will replace the whole number by this fraction, which is 12 over 4. Look, I will put equal, write the first whole number instead of it an equivalent fraction, write plus, then write the second fraction, which is quarter. Now they are ready to add. Why? They have the same denominator. What to do? Add the numerators and keep the same denominator. The answer will be 13 over 4. Similarly here, I have 2. How to write it as a fraction? Put 2 over 1. Now let's think. I have to make them same denominator. So I look to the second fraction. The denominator is 2. So I multiply 1 by 2. But whatever we do to the denominator, we have to do to the numerator. So multiply the numerator and the denominator by 2. So it will give me 4 over 2. So I'm going to replace 2 by 4 over 2. But look how I'm going to write the answer. This is the first fraction. So I write equal 11 over 2. This is the first fraction minus, what to do instead of the whole? I have to replace it by an equivalent fraction, which is 4 over 2. So minus 4 over 2, they have same denominator. I subtract the numerators and I keep the same denominator, which is 7 over 2. Let's make more examples. Similarly, 1 minus 5 over 6. You can write it 1 over 1, or you can think that 1, this is a whole, this is a unit. 1 whole represent 6 over 6. So you can directly write instead of 1, 6 over 6. Or you can use the same way, put it over 1 and multiply the numerator and the denominator by 6, similar to this denominator. This is the first fraction, so it will be 6 over 6 minus 5 over 6. Keep the same denominator and subtract the numerators, which will give me 1 over 6. The last example, similarly, put 2 over 1. This is a fraction. Now multiply the numerator and the denominator with the same denominator of the second fraction, which is 5. Why? Because I want to make same denominators. So it will be 10 over 5 minus 4 over 5. Our final answer is same denominators. How to subtract? Subtract the numerators and keep the same denominator. So our final answer is 6 over 5. Now the question is, can I add or subtract a fraction and a whole in another way? Yes, you can. How? Look, you can, as we said, multiply the denominator by the second fraction, but here we said it's a number. So we multiply the denominator by the whole number, which will give you 3 times 4, it's 12. Write 12. Then plus 1 and put them on the same denominator, which is 4. The answer will be 13 over 4. Similarly, in the subtraction, what to do? Just multiply the denominator of the second fraction by the whole number. 5 times 2, it's 10. What do you have in the middle? You have minus. Then you have 4. And put them on the same denominator, which is 5, which will give you 10 minus 4, 6 over 5. The same answers in the previous way. Okay, so you can either make the whole number as a fraction and make same denominators and you can perform, or you can directly multiply the denominator of the fraction by the whole number and you put them on the same denominator. If you have addition, you add. If you have subtraction, you subtract. By this, we finished our session. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.